Indeed, many thanks for joining us right here at Lookuptv. It is exactly 9 p.m. East African time, and my name is John Matava. We have a lot for you today, but meanwhile, just have a look at the highlights making the bulletin.
Tonight, President Ruto to deploy NYS officers to secure disputed Mavoko land, promising to fight illegal land ownership. President Ruto flags off over 200 vehicles to be used by educational officials across the 47 counties. And alarm is yet another man in Kirinyaga commits suicide, bringing the number to 2 in less than a week.
Welcome to the program. It is exactly 9 p.m. and of course our sign language interpreter tonight is Felista Adundo. Join us as we give you the updates as it happens. President William Ruto has flagged off 200 vehicles set to be used by the education officials across the 47 counties during the national examinations to conduct education activities. Speaking at the event, Ruto said the vehicles will also help improve supervision and inspection of services to all schools in the country.
With national examinations starting on Monday, October 30th, President William Ruto's lauded education CS Ezekiel Moshogu's effort to ensure that all systems go for the national examinations.
My very best wishes to all our children with the exams from Monday, kwa watoto wetu wote wa taifa letu la Kenya ambao wataingia katika mtihani wetu Jumatatu, na watakia heri, na watakia baraka, utulivu, mweze kufanya mitihani yenu kwa njia na taratibu sawa sawa, na sisi wote kama serikali tutahakikisha kwamba mitihani hiyo inaendesha kwa njia inayofaa, na kila mwanafunzi na mtoto wa taifa letu la Kenya atapata nafasi yake ya kufanya mtihani, ndio tuweze kuwapitisha waweze kusonga katika kiwango inayofuata.
Speaking at a launch of 200 vehicles for education officials, President William Ruto said his government has increased the budget for education activities so as to ensure students from all backgrounds excel in their studies.
With examinations beginning next week, these vehicles will also improve the monitoring and distribution of examination papers across the country, and the examination period tests the entire education system and is one of the ways to ensure the system holds. It is our commitment that every child should have the chance to fulfill their potential and rise to the highest level of accomplishment that their intellect, their talent, their knowledge and determination can allow. To every teacher across the country, I promise our support so that you can do your best as part of our duty to ensure children learn to the expected standard and under the best possible environment and with the best possible facilities.
Education CS Ezekiel Moshogu, speaking at the event, praised President William Ruto for sufficiently funding the education sector.
Devices worth 87 million Kenya shillings the other day, which went out to our 101 centers countrywide. And we have said this will be a center of creating assistive devices that are so much required in those other facilities, Your Excellency. And we are even coming up with a policy to deal with children with special needs.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
Moving forward, President William Ruto has maintained that the government is cracking the whip on land grabbers and illegal landowners in the country. Speaking in Kasarani area in Nairobi during the flagging off of motor vehicles for examinations offices, the president said, however, noted that Kirima land dispute will be dealt with through dialogue.
As families in disputed pieces of land such as those in Kirima's land in Jiru continue to live in fear, President Ruto has maintained that he will not relent on matters concerning illegal land ownership. As he flagged off motor vehicles set to be used by examination officers, the president assured occupants residing on Kirima's land that the matter would be resolved.
What we must get rid of in the whole of this is impunity. We must get rid of impunity. We cannot allow impunity in Kenya. You know, we all must play by the rules. We are all equal before the law. And so the people who are willing to negotiate, they should negotiate and have a settlement. That is the best way to go about it.
This comes as Embakasi Member of Parliament Babu Owino vows to unmask the legal owner of the disputed land.
I've gone further as a Member of Parliament, used my resources. I've done my investigation, and today I'm here with the relevant documents showing the original owner of the said parcel of land, and we've gone further to bring this person all the way from Italy.
Ruto further noted that a total of 500 million shillings has been set aside for the manufacturing of local devices to be used in aiding special learning.
We need to produce devices that are used by our children with special needs here in Kenya. They already have a piece of land, it tells me in Mavoko. I will make sure that that land is secured. I'm told there are some people hanging around there. I will deal with them. So we will secure the land. I will send the National Youth Service next week to secure the land.
Meanwhile, Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Abdi Hassan has said that over 3,000 families living in parts of Mau Forest have been displaced following evictions that commenced on 28th of September this year. Beatrice Kageha, Lookuptv.
Now, candidates sitting for the national examinations in West Pokot have been assured of security during the examinations, as Gaila Luda now reports. The County Commissioner, Apollo Okello, has noted that security personnel have been deployed in the hotspot areas to man the examination centers.
As candidates across the country prepare to sit for national exams from next week, West Pokot County Commissioner Apollo Okello has called on exam managers to be more vigilant and remain professional while conducting and invigilating exams, saying the government will not take lightly any cheating.
We are fully prepared to manage the examinations. We do not anticipate any serious challenges. We have got adequate security personnel.
Early this week, suspected bandits stormed a GSU camp in the neighboring county of Baringo, eliciting fear among locals, questioning preparedness of security officers to tackle insecurity along the Kerio Valley, despite the ongoing security operation led by a multi-agency team. In Bungoma County, the head teacher of Nzoia Primary School, Lydia Namisi, has urged the government to ensure the safety of the grade 6 and class 8 candidates as they prepare to sit for their national examinations from next week.
Hali ya usalama, ningeomba ya kwamba serikali ishughulikie jambo hilo. Mtoto akiwa na wasiwasi hatafanya mtihani vizuri. Hasa wanafunzi wa darasa la 8 ambao wanafunga mfumo wa 8-4-4. Wasiposaidiwa wafanye mtihani huu, inamaanisha hawatakuwa tena na mtihani mwingine.
Our last spot check of national examination preparedness is in Nyamira County. The County Assembly Speaker Enoch Okero has cautioned the candidates from engaging in any form of exam malpractices.
Hakuna wizi wa mtihani. It's only hard work na kuweka Mungu mbele atuongoze. Sasa na wanafunzi, nataka niwaombe, makosa utafanya baada ya kusoma kwa miaka 8, miaka 6 shule ni kuenda kuibia mtihani. Upate etiaja ni kana kama Kenya kidogo ya kufanya reference na mtihani.
He further revealed that bright but needy students that will score 350 marks and above in KCPE will earn themselves full scholarships in secondary schools.
Ule mpango ni wa kupeana full scholarship kwa wale watoto ambao watapita na ambao wanatoka kwa familia zenye hazijiwezi.
Aludagel, Lookuptv.
The rollout of the modern identification cards dubbed Maisha Number has gathered momentum after the Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Kithure Kindiki, gazetted the regulations that will guide the entire process. The launch of the new ID cards, which was scheduled for 29th of the last month by the head of state, will now await a pilot exercise that will start soon. Principal Secretary in the Immigration Department, Ambassador Julius Bitok, while appearing before the Parliamentary Committee on Internal Security, says the program will be a game changer in managing citizens' data, and returned with more.
Last month, Moses came to Meru and issued a statement demeaning. We are really very
Immigration Principal Secretary Ambassador Julius Bitok before the Parliamentary Committee on Administration and Internal Security now says the Maisha Number National ID Cards project that was to be launched by President Ruto on 29th last month is well on course.
I'm happy to report to this committee that this morning the Cabinet Secretary for Interior gazetted regulations for Maisha Number. So we have new regulations which are going to govern Maisha Number.
The gazettement means the exercise has received the green light on legal requirements. Ambassador Bitok noting that the process will be piloted before the rollout in the entire country.
We have a go-ahead of the cabinet. We have the go-ahead of the minister to be able to run on pilot basis the Maisha Number.
Committee members sought to know why the government had vacated a similar project, the Huduma Number, under the previous regime, yet billions of taxpayers' money had been pumped into it.
Huduma Number failed because Parliament did not pass the law.
In order for the nation not to incur huge loss as a result of vacated Huduma Number project, Bitok says cards that had been printed for the project, including other equipment, will be used for the current Maisha Number. PS Bitok insisting the Maisha Number has advanced technology and will be a game changer in management of registration data in the country.
We have already discussed extensively about the cards which are in government data. We have proposed to the government to utilize them for civil servant cards, student ID cards, because those are resources bought by the government. But there are things we are going to utilize from Huduma. One is the database. We are not going to ask Kenyans to register afresh. We are going to use the existing data that was captured during that time for this Maisha solution. Two, we are also having state-of-art printers at the government, 3 of them, which are the latest technology. We are going to use those cards also, those machines, to be able to print these cards.
The Maisha Number has a unique personal identifier and will be issued to Kenyans at birth. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
Let's take you to Kirinyaga County, where sadness has filled Kagio village in Kirinyaga County after a 59-year-old Baba committed suicide on Thursday morning. This raising concern about the rising number of suicide cases in the region. Residents are now calling on concerted efforts to address the situation.
In an area usually characterized by tranquility, on Thursday morning the town of Kagio turned somber. The arrival of a police car outside the excellent barber shop revealed the death of Josephat Wanjohi, a 59-year-old barber who sadly took his life.
Tumempata amejua wa kinyosi, tunasikia walikuwa wamekosana na bibi yake jana, na hii Kagio watu wamejinyonga sana juu ya mapenzi. Sana wanaume, hata wanawake wanadungana na visu. Mtu mkikosana na mtu mkose kuelewana na mtu, mlipatana mkiwa wazima. Si mtu aondokea mtu, ama niaje watu wangu? Mtu aondokea mtu.
Confirming the incident, West Kirinyaga District Police Commander Moses Koskei explained that the deceased, Josephat Wanjohi, had used a noose to end his life within his own barbershop.
Mazito yanatokea katika familia, watu wazungumze kwa upole, wasiweze kufanya mambo ambayo mtu hajafikiria zaidi. Pia ningeuliza akina mama, sasa naongea na akina mama, ni vizuri usimhukumu bwanako kabla hujamsikia, kabla haja kuelezea, na pia utakapo muongeleshe kwa upole, kwa sababu ni kupitia katika huu upole ataweza kukuelezea yale mambo anapitia.
Hiyo kitu sijasikia kwa area hii yetu, lakini ukiomba Mungu, watu wakiwa na shida wanaomba Mungu anawasaidia, wanaacha kujinyonga.
Wajoi amenjonga bibi yake. Tumeambiwa bibi yake wamekosana na yeye.
Bridget Agola, Lookuptv.
Thank you so much, Bridget, and that story takes us to our first break right here on Lookuptv, and of course we'll be back with more news for you. Stay with us.
Introducing the Kenya Trade Fair Fusion Sales Drive event in the heart of Nairobi at the Kenya National Archives. It's not just an event, it's sales generation with a remarkable return on investment. Get ready to let your booth do the talking as you study new market trends with lots of entertainment featuring traditional live bands, DJs and artists. For vendor registration, call 0724 715 334 or 0713 907 584 or 0723 861 173.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park, fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Welcome back to the program, and you can let us know where you're watching from. The Meru County Parliamentary Caucus has strongly criticized Public Service Cabinet Secretary Moses Kura in the wake of his remarks when he toured the region last month and his recent statement on social media voicing support for the impeached Governor Kawira Mwangaza. The lawmakers say this year's Kura's statements were demeaning to the Meru community and a clear demonstration is meddling in the internal affairs of the county. The lawmakers have demanded that he tames his tongue as well as stay away from the impeachment process that is awaiting Senate input.
Sometimes last month, Moses came to Meru and issued a statement demeaning the Meru community. As a state officer, we felt aggrieved again by that statement that he issued that Meru is a warlike community. To us, as the representative of our community, elected members of parliament, that is totally out of order by a cabinet secretary. And we are requesting His Excellency, the President, that he has one local cabinet secretary, reckless in his speech, reckless in his associations. Yesterday he posted to the effect that he is standing with the impeached governor and that it is being organized by someone in Mount Kenya who want to be the kingpin. We want to ask Moses Kuria to tell us who this kingpin is and why he is associating Meru politics with other Mount Kenya areas. This is another reckless statement by a cabinet minister. Take care of the statement that you issue.
Sisi hatutaki vita yoyote na wewe, kwa sababu wewe Kuria hauwezani na Meru. Kama hawa viongozi wako hapa walienda wakapigania viti zao na kapata kura zao. Sile kura ulipata pale Kiambuni kama za MCA pale kwangu Mikinduli, ya kwamba haufai kuwa unaongea mbele ya wanaume. Na wasaizi kama ni mwanaume resign kwenda Kiambu ombe kura niweze kupata kura. Eti ya kwamba uona kuya Meru unasema kwamba umekuja hapa Meru utaki vita itokee Meru. Eti ya kwamba Meru mtu wa vita. Sisi wa Meru si watu wa vita. Njuzi umeorganize kulinga chairman wetu. Umeorganize mkutano pale Keno. Wewe ndio ulikuwa mwenye ile mkutano ambaye kanini kwa walipigwa kelele. Na wasaizi uko kwa serikali lakini bado unachafua serikali. Vile ulisema kwamba utasimama na Kawira Mwangaza. Wewe ni nani usimame Kawira Mwangaza? Kawira Mwangaza amekataliwa na Wameru waliomchagua. Kawira Mwangaza amekataliwa na MCS waliomchagua. Wasaizi ile vita iko vile chairman amesema ni katikati ya senators na MCS na koti. Na kama uko na kura ya senator, ingia ndani pale upige kura. Na nikieti ya kwamba mwisho wako wa kupata kura
Anne Ouma, the woman accused of murdering the late Nairobi Hospital Finance Director Eric Migel, has been given more time to consult with her lawyers after she pleaded guilty to the murder offense. High Court Judge Kanyi Kimondo warned the accused of the dangers of pleading guilty, noting that the case will be mentioned again on November 8th. Ouma is remanded at Langata Women's Prison currently.
In a shocking revelation at Kibera Law Courts, Anne Adhiambo Ouma, the main suspect behind the brutal killing of Nairobi Hospital Finance Officer Eric Migel, has pleaded guilty to the allegations leveled against her. High Court Judge Kanyi Kimondo, however, warned the suspect of the repercussions that come with pleading guilty and advised her to do more consultations with her lawyers. Ouma is the main suspect in the murder case after a CCTV video camera showed her jumping across a fence near Migel's neighborhood on the morning of his demise. The case will be mentioned on November 8th at Kibera Law Court. Adhiambo is remanded at Langata Women Prison. Mavin Getembe, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Thank you so much, Mavin Getembe, for that story. President William Ruto today met West Pokot leaders led by Governor Simon Kachapin at State House Nairobi to discuss insecurity that has been prone in the North Rift region, with cases of banditry on the rise despite presence of security personnel. Taina with more.
Another day, 3 lives lost in Lolmolog area of Samburu County after a deadly attack said to be by cattle rustlers, who also seriously injured 7 others and stole a herd of cattle. Sabina Lolmodoni, one of the residents, is a woman in pain and fear after losing her child and a husband in the fatal attack. She now wants the President William Ruto to visit the area and permanently address the dire situation.
Kilio yenye niko na kilio kubwa sana kama msasi. Mtoto manyali ni yangu. Hata sijamsika sasa. Sina ng'ombe na sina watoto. Hata bwana sina. Waliuliwa na jirani yetu. Najiuliza, kwani mimi sio Mkenya? Jeshi waliletwa wakuje waingie mpaka yetu na Pokot. Sasa mimi najiuliza, mbona hao watu walikuja tu wakachukua ng'ombe? Hata ndege tuliona jana.
Joseph Longonyo, a peace elder in the area, has also said that the attacks have contributed to the deterioration of development and caused panic among the residents.
Jamii wa Samburu tunaona shida kubwa sana na tunasikia uchungu kubwa sana. Kwa hivyo tunaomba serikali yetu tukufu, kuanzia Mheshimiwa Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, atuondolee watu.
Catherine Saina, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Well, moving forward, the vetting of the 27 ambassador nominees entered day 2 with 4 appointees grilled by the committee, including former Chisume lawmaker Dr. Wilson Kogo, nominated to serve Kenyan's ambassador to Canberra in Australia. John Ronald Ekitela, who was nominated by the president to serve as Kenyan ambassador to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Ambassador Philip Mundia Githiora, nominee to Kenya's ambassador destined to Maputo, Mozambique. And finally, Mrs. Sabdio Dido Bashuna, the president's ambassadorial nominee to Gaborone, Botswana.
Have you complied with tax obligations to the state?
Yes, I have.
Have you complied with the clearance from Director of Criminal Investigation?
Yes, I have.
Have you complied with the clearance from Office of the Registrar of Political Parties?
Yes, I have.
Have you complied with clearance from EACC?
Yes, I have.
Have you been charged in a court of law or convicted?
No.
Have you been adversely mentioned in an investigatory or parliamentary report?
No.
Do you hold dual citizenship?
No.
What is your financial net worth?
My financial net worth is approximately 50 to 55 million Kenyan shillings.
What are your current or anticipated sources of income?
My current source of income is from my employer, the government of Kenya, from the ministry. And we know well Russia has been at war with Ukraine, and maybe you have an experience of what that means. And then here, as you get to Mozambique, if you are approved by this committee and the House, you got to know that Mozambique has been at civil war for 15 years, since 1977 to 1992, a 15-year civil war. But its GDP has been growing tremendously from that time that civil war ended in 1992.
Mr. Chair, the most important thing to point out is that through my work, also at SNV and also throughout, I have been, I work very hard, I excel at my work, and through that, I actually have not spent more than 3 years in one position throughout my career. After CTA, I moved back to the continent because I really wanted to give my expertise to the continent and my expertise to Africa. So I moved back and I took a job with AGRA. And currently, I am the Director for Youth, Gender and Inclusiveness at the Alliance for Green Revolution in Africa. I'm based in Kigali, Rwanda.
And members of Parliament have jointly supported the entrenchment of National Constituency Development Fund in the Constitution, explaining the importance of the fund, which they insist has greatly helped in facilitating projects at a constituency level.
Development. And this is where, Honorable Speaker, this fund comes in. And the reason as to why I'm opposed to some of these recommendations is because they are going to really bring up issues in terms of audit. And I would wish that we allow machinery be bought by county governments, because they're the people who are expected to maintain, if it's our roads. Kinangop is both popular and vast. And this formula that we're using at the moment, because I see it's the same formula that is proposed that we continue using, whereby three quarters of the shareable revenue is equal for all constituencies. This quota is quite insufficient given the sizes of some of our constituencies. And I think we should look at this matter broadly and widely so that then there is equity.
For all those 10 years, I never could have reached that level. This is testimony of the good work of CDF.
EABL has distributed sorghum seeds to newly enrolled farmers in Kirinyaga County to enhance the brewery of their beer in the county. EABL manager Jacob Githinji has said that the company is looking forward to enroll more farmers in the contract farming program to bridge the demand gap.
Besides sorghum being a staple food in most Kenyan households, used as porridge and other traditional dishes, it is also a major raw material for beer brewers. In Moya County, being a semi-arid area, farmers have embraced sorghum farming. This is after East Africa Breweries Company signed contracts with the farmers and provided them with 2 tons of sorghum seeds for the next rainy season, having earned 15.8 million from 330 tons from the previous season.
Now we started the project last season, and we managed to enroll around 1,500 farmers. Out of that, we managed to grow around an equivalent number of acreage, and we managed to get around 330 tons. That tonnage has already been delivered to Nairobi Brewery, and our farmers have benefited from 15.8 million. Now we want to extend that acreage. We want to touch even wards that we had not touched in the previous season, and expand that, because we have it's advantageous to us because we save on transport, for example, and our people are very hardworking, Madam Governor. They are very hardworking. The first round we managed to get 330 tons. We have never had that from any other region.
Ivy Wangulu, Lookuptv.
The Kenya Golf Union has concluded a 3-day seminar at the Windsor Golf and Country Hotel, which focused on the golf administration and rules. The event, which was attracted close to 60 participants, saw tournament logistics, rule enforcement, and the details of managing golf events taught. Professionals in the golf industry who led the sessions are hopeful the knowledge and the experience gained during this seminar will have a lasting impact on the professional growth and development of the sport.
Of this seminar is to elevate the level of golf refereeing and tournament administration in general, a skill that we have not been able to spread as wide as we would have wished, simply because the available seminars could only be held either in Scotland at St. Andrews or in South Africa. So this is the first time that we are holding the TAS seminar in Kenya, and it allows us to accommodate a lot more people that are interested in enhancing their rules knowledge and tournament administration knowledge. The beauty about those who graduate from this seminar is that we will now have a lot more skills available across different clubs on how to professionally run events and tournaments, and how to manage and apply the rules of golf. So this is part of the union's program to develop the skills that our players and our officials have, in addition to the level 1 and level 2 sessions and seminars that we've been running in the past.
We're supposed to say that.
And now crossing over to some sporting action. Europa League action continues tonight as Liverpool, who sit on top of the Group E, host to lose. Brighton face off with the Dutch club Ajax, who are in the crisis as they are in the relegation zone. Roma will host Slavia Praha. Here are some more fixtures for you tonight. And that is it from the news desk right here at Lookuptv. Many thanks for watching, and those who have been watching, of course, will be sampling some of your comments later on. And our sign language interpreter has been Felista Adundo. Many thanks for watching. My name is John Matava. Please do have a lovely night.